Before we begin tonight's documentary, a warning. This case contains disturbing audio, emotional trauma, and forensic details that some viewers may find upsetting. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Secrets aren't dangerous because they're hidden. They're dangerous because of who finds them. Emily thought she could control the timing of her truth. She never imagined the person she feared most had already discovered it. And once he did, her fate was sealed long before sunrise. To the outside world, they looked like a quiet, loving family, a mother devoted to her daughter, a partner who seemed calm and steady, a home that appeared peaceful. But investigators later said something chilling. When we walked in, the house felt like it was holding its breath, and the breath it held belonged to Emily Roses, 29 years old, a woman whose kindness was both her strength and her vulnerability. Her partner Daniel was older, composed, respected by neighbors, but behind closed doors, his need for control turned that home into a trap. Cedar Brook was the perfect picture of suburban peace. Clean sidewalks, quiet streets, families who trusted each other, children running freely. But danger doesn't need a bad neighborhood, just one bad person. And inside a single house in Cedar Brook, danger had been growing for months. Emily met Daniel in 2019. His age and confidence drew her in. He spoke softly. He seemed reliable. But as months passed, the softness faded, replaced by suspicion. Suspicion became criticism. Criticism became control. Control became isolation. He monitored her texts, questioned her tone, examined her phone history, tracked her errands, counted her minutes outside, picked apart her friendships. Emily shrank into survival mode, careful not to trigger him. But deep inside, she was planning something he never expected. Freedom. Emily was preparing to leave. She had quietly saved money, found a place to stay, written a note explaining everything, told a friend she was finally ready. But Daniel felt her slipping away. People like him don't lose control, they rip it back with violence. He went through her phone, her deleted messages, her planner, her search history, and once he learned the truth, he didn't confront her with words. He confronted her with a plan. On April 3rd, Emily woke up before sunrise. She looked exhausted, defeated, terrified. She hugged her daughter so tightly that morning that the child later said, "Mommy wouldn't let go." Emily slipped the folded note into her bag. The note Daniel was never meant to read early. But what she didn't know was that Daniel had already seen it. He stood outside her door that morning, breathing heavily, listening, thinking. Then, the house erupted. A scream raw, panicked, unmistakably Emily's. And seconds later, 2 gunshots. Daniel called 911 almost immediately. "She shot herself, please hurry." But his tone was wrong. Too controlled. Too stable for someone who just saw their partner die. When police arrived, he was bone dry, despite claiming he'd been showering. No towel, no steam, no moisture, no water on the floor. His timeline contradicted physics. His behavior didn't match shock. The officers exchanged glances. Something wasn't right. And the crime scene confirmed it. Emily had been shot twice. First shot, chest, fired from distance. Second shot, head fired at close range. A suicide doesn't involve 2 shots, 2 distances. A scream beforehand, a staged gun. And nothing about her wounds aligned with Daniel's claims. Detectives didn't need long to see the truth. Someone shot her. And that someone was in the house. Detectives brought Daniel in. "How are things between you and Emily?" "The best ever," he said instantly. "Too instant, too rehearsed. How could she fire 2 shots? I don't know. Misfire maybe?" "Gun owners don't explain trauma with misfires," detectives wrote it down. "He's lying. Badly." And the biggest blow to his story was still coming. A trained child interviewer spoke gently to Emily's daughter. "What did you hear?" The little girl whispered, "Mommy screamed." Then the booms. That sentence cracked the case wide open. A scream before death meant fear. It meant someone else was present. It meant Daniel's suicide story was impossible. When detectives relayed this to him, he panicked. "She lies. She's lying." But the child's statement was consistent, clear, honest, and investigators now had a witness. The autopsy delivered the scientific truth. Shot number 1, approx. 1 meter away, shot number 2, point blank to the head. No gunpowder residue on Emily's hands, no fingerprints consistent with her grip, no self-inflicted angles. No trajectory possible for suicide. The medical examiner didn't hesitate. This was homicide, but detectives still needed the final confirmation, the camera footage. The home had cameras in nearly every room, and the footage exposed Daniel's real identity. He yelled at her, constantly followed her through the house, blocked exits, insulted her for hours, turned arguments into interrogations, violently paced hallways in the middle of the night, reduced Emily to tears repeatedly. This wasn't a relationship. It was captivity, but one camera was missing. The bedroom camera. The same room where she died. Detectives discovered. Daniel removed the bedroom camera 2 days before Emily was killed. Premeditation. Plain and simple. And he didn't know the hallway audio still recorded the final moments. Emily crying. Daniel shouting. A terrified scream. Then 2 gunshots. The truth was undeniable. Detectives confronted Daniel with everything. Autopsy, child testimony, surveillance footage, deleted camera, hallway audio, staged scene, Emily's note, timeline. He didn't deny anything. He simply shut down. I won a lawyer. That was it, the end of his lies. And the beginning of justice. The courtroom saw the full nightmare. Emily's final days. Daniel's rage. The emotional torture. Experts dismantling his lies. The forensic evidence. The hallway audio. The missing camera. Emily's note proving her intent to leave. The defense couldn't spin it. Couldn't soften it. Couldn't explain it. The jury deliberated for a shockingly short time. Guilty of first-degree murder. Daniel Ward received life in prison without parole. He didn't cry. He didn't apologize. He didn't look at Emily's family. Because men like him feel sorry only when they lose control, never for the people they destroy. Emily's sister spoke through tears. She wanted to survive. She wanted to start over. She was so close. And he stole everything from her. Emily didn't die because she kept a secret. She died because he couldn't accept it. Thank you for watching this true crime documentary. If you want more stories told with accuracy and respect, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.